Wow.
They had chairs set up, and no one else went in there. They're like, anyone could go in there and check it out. So it's me and Jimmy pretty much looking at Robert Plant's crotch because he's still doing that whole crotch thing.
Yeah. You can't not look at it.
It was like 8 years ago.
It's the most amazing fucking crotch.
It was hilarious how he's still moving.
Yeah. I mean, at Universal, the women were going crazy. I've seen women freak out at certain celebs, but he's just one of them that, like, they had come from other floors. They heard he was there.
He's got a giant head. The picture I did post on my Instagram, Radio.
You're not 12 feet behind him?
No, I do want to say that. I am slightly behind him. It's like the front of my shoulder is on his back shoulder. That's how far behind I am.
He looks like Rocky Dennis.
Yeah. It's a giant head.
But he doesn't look happy to be next to Opie. He's frowning.
Because I knew I was bothering him.
How many years ago was that?
He was on his way out. You could see the outside behind me. He was like 5 feet from the door.
What is that, 2006 maybe?
Ish, yeah. And then, of course, because he's not the nicest of guys, he has to sign right on my fucking chin.
Yeah.
Look where he could have signed anywhere on the picture.
Well, maybe it was a black marker and he didn't want to sign on his sweatshirt.
Signed up here.
He could have,
there.
Was this a flashback Friday or a throwback Thursday or what was?
I just found it yesterday, and threw it up there because we've talked about how big his head is for a long time.
I tried to get him on my podcast.
He wouldn't do it?
No, but I figured, I might as well try. It doesn't hurt to try.
What do you do with your podcast?
It's on iTunes. It's on SoundCloud.
I do talk music mostly, or?
Mostly music. I've been doing some MMA guys. I had Tito Ortiz on. I had Jim on. He was cool.
Is he?
He's not like what you would think he is. Like in those embeddeds or whatever, those behind the scenes things where he's hyping the fight and he's doing shit
talking about his fans.
He's really down to earth and cool. And I just
Tito?
Yeah. I was just on Chael Sonnen's podcast and he said the same thing. He's like, he's not that guy that you think he is, but he gets a bad rap, but I thought he was totally cool.
We had a great time with him. He was really cool to us.
I didn't ask him any of like the real,
the Jenna questions.
Yeah. I kept it because
you wanted your teeth.
Wait, did we ask Tito about that? We did ask him about that. We talked about that.
Oh, I think we did a little bit.
We had Jenna on one time. Me and Sam actually interviewed her, and she broke down, and she was like, she was a little overtired, and she was just talking about the whole situation. So Tito, we had to ask him about it.
Right.
But
he went into it a little bit without me having to really, pry, but he was cool.
Can we go back to Robert Plant, please?
Why, Robert and the Happy Slug?
He looks like he's at a fucking Costa Rican zoo holding a sloth.
Have you posted this recently?
I know, but I will.
You got to repost this. There's a lot going on in this picture.
Snuggling with Robert.
I really am. It's a really gay photo.
He's a lot happier to be taking the picture with Jimmy than he was with me. He's got bedroom eyes for Jimmy.
Yeah.
He took Jimmy off a tree, put him right in his fucking
He's
chest.
snuggling right up against Jimmy.
He looks like he's farting.
Yeah. How in shape am I? Oof, what a pig.
What are you going to do?
You
look great now. You
come
look
a long way, brother.
Yeah, a fat neck and head.
Yeah. You looking at me or you looking at your photo?
No, I'm looking at me.
It's
no photo.
You're great. You look great. So.
He's a delightful
Robert Plant
photo taker, though.
All right, let me go to Josh on Long Island. We got Jamey Jasta in studio from Hatebreed. Josh, go ahead.
Hey, man. I'm sorry. I have problems talking sometimes. First of all, I love the show. I think it's great. Jamey Jasta is a beast.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw you guys I saw Hatebreed at Sports Plus.
Sports Plus, oh my God, yeah, Long Island, the PWAC, Sports Plus, the Roxy. We used to play the Roxy. Open up the death metal shows where they make you sell like 100 tickets to get on the bill.
Right.
Oh, it's like comedy, yeah.
We used to always want to get on, with like Suffocation, Internal Bleeding, all those crazy old death metal bands. But Long Island always had a great scene. I love playing there. We got to go back. A lot of venues don't want to have Hatebreed because it's an insurance liability. The fans are very crazy. They like to get rowdy. But there's a great venue there. Everybody's been telling me about. I think the the Huntington Theater or Huntington.
Oh no, Emporium in Patchogue.
Emporium. Okay, we did the Crazy Donkey. Was that it?
You're talking about the Paramount in Huntington, right?
Paramount.
That place is amazing.
Yeah,
it's one of the best venues in the country. Well, I haven't been to a ton of venues, but the one's
beautiful.
It's an amazing place. Let's
Really
just put it that
beautiful.
way. They run it very well too.
We're due for a New York area show
Are you
too.
fans?
We did Brooklyn last
Do they
year.
fuck with you guys while you're up there? They spit on you? Do they do all that crazy punk shit and fucking metal shit? Or
they're super respectful of us. But they, like at Knotfest, we were like the first band on the main stage. It was a big opportunity for us. And like 2 songs in, there was a huge fire on the lawn. on, and people are throwing garbage in it, and then they're interviewing them, and they're like, "We're interviewing the Hatebreed fans who lit the garbage fire," and they're like, "Yeah, destroy everything," you know. So,
do you have to get insurance for these gigs? Like, do you guys have to be insured?
Yeah, absolutely. And we have a pretty, because we've been named in lawsuits. It's not much I can really say or talk about, but we have to be very careful because nowadays, if anything happens and the law changes and the artist becomes liable, we're all screwed. And I was in a suit like 10 years ago where I actually had big artists contact me and said, you got to be careful about what you say on stage, and you don't want this going to the Supreme Court. And
wow.
Yeah, so you have to be very careful and responsible. I used to be like, when we played, you won't like this, but when we played at Randall's Island, I would be like, just look at the person standing next to you, and if they're standing still, pretend they're a Red Sox fan, and then
Oh my God.
people would literally just start
punching.
Yeah, and you got to be careful.
They mean you got to watch it so you don't incite something.
Right.
Okay.
What do they do in the venues?
The venues we have,
do they start ripping shit out, or
if you did that in Boston, though, it'd be a very peaceful thing.
Well, we said in Boston, you say
people hugging.
You say, if you're a Yankees fan, that's what you say while you're in Boston. And then they go even crazier. So it's
if a Philly, you just go look at the person next to you, and if it's a human being, fucking attack it.
Pretend they just helped a homeless person.
Yeah, in Camden, they were like literally out there at 9 a.m. before a band even started at Mayhem Fest, and there was already people bleeding, yelling Hatebreed, yelling Slayer.
Can't you just step up to the mic and go, please don't do that?
I have to now.
Oh, you do? You actually do it? You try to calm them down.
They ripped the barrier out within the first 2 songs at our Denver show this past Saturday. And we had already been banned from a couple venues in Denver. And I had to say, like, look, this is our 20th anniversary show. We found a promoter in a venue who would have us. This great place, Castleman's Barn venue. I got to shout them out for having us. We had a sold out show this past Saturday night. And literally 2 songs in, they had ripped the entire barrier down, and we had 6 or 8 guys in there trying to hold it up, and I'm like thinking these guys are going to get decapitated by it or crushed in it, but we stopped the show, everybody moved back, and we were able to do like about an hour and 5 before it started to get really dangerous. And then we stopped.
I heard in there you guys have been at it 20 years. You look too young to be at it 20 years. How old are you?
I'm 37.
So Hatebreed started at 17 years old for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was touring. I was doing shows and touring when I was 13, 14 in my old band.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a real job?
I did. When I was, my father was in Vietnam and then had some issues with PTSD and was away at the Veterans Administration Hospital for a couple years. So I was able to be, he had to sign for permission to be like a prep cook when I was 15. And so I worked at this place called the Colony Inn. I'll shout them out in New Haven. So I've done, making salads for the Walter Camp banquet. I've done a bunch of crappy.
I'm sure that loud music coming from the garage didn't affect him at all when he was back home after Vietnam.
He's just hiding under the couch.
Yeah, there was many nights where stuff, it got scary, but he's all better now. He's doing great. He lives in Ireland like half the year.
Wait, would he ever pull a gun? Did he ever do that?
There was boxes in the garage that he was digging up, and there was some wild stuff for sure.
Because Mike Tyson talked about Customato laying on the floor. He said he didn't really talk as much about it in the special. In the book he does, with a gun at times, and like it was like all this weird, like I guess flashback stuff he was having. So.
Well, also flashbacks give you like superhuman strength. Like if you're sleeping and you wake up, there was one night we had this potted tree where he like literally lifted this potted tree and smashed it.
Wow.
And was screaming, and so.
How did he get better? Because there's a lot of guys obviously suffer from this.
A lot of therapy, they have all different sorts of drugs and stuff too. He's pretty much off all that stuff though, but he's doing great. I think also you got to meet a good woman who's going to hold you down and
literally hold you down.
Yeah, and so my stepmom, she's great. She got us a place. We moved in probably with her like 96, 97, and that helped me with the band because then I had a place to stay where I wasn't having to pay. And
right. And he lives in Ireland half the year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be cool.
Are you married now too?
Well, I have a 16-year-old daughter, which I was going to tell you. If you're, I heard you guys talking about him.
She can't
want to have kids. Do it now, so that way you're young when they're, coming into their teenage years, and you're not so disconnected. But yeah, I have a girlfriend at home, and I have a 16-year-old.
Thanks a lot, Jamie. Me and Bobby, we're old fathers.
Yeah,
thanks. You couldn't.
Why? How old are your kids?
I got a 5-year-old.
Yeah, but how old are you?
And I'm up there now.
You look young.
I'm 44. And I have.
See, that's not bad. I'm just saying, don't be like Dave Letterman or somebody.
He's backing up now a little bit. I got 2 kids. I got a 2.5-year-old too.
No, we're definitely going to be
So
dead.
how old will you be when
our kids? You should tell that to our kids to get married young and have kids.
Right. Yeah, it's too late
We're not
for
going to
us.
see our grandchildren.
Yeah, you won't be in diapers by the high school graduation.
We don't have a chance of seeing our grandkids. Okay,
Oh, come
so
on.
thanks,
Yeah, you do.
Jamie.
Eat
We don't even have a shot at it.
Eat clean, exercise.
We're hoping that we can walk our kids down the aisle.
I'm
We're
actually
hoping at least we get to do that.
I'm investing in nanobots so I can see my grandchildren. Maybe.
Well, just look at Larry King. I mean,
Larry.
I'd rather be.
he's got
dead.
like a 7-year-old or a 10-year-old, and he's what 80.
Yeah, he's also got a 60-year-old. Larry King has a potent jizz.
He's all over the place.
Can't not come in someone like
He takes that HGH that we were talking about earlier.
That's that massive head. So how many kids you have?
Just one.
You have one kid, and you're not married to the girl.
No.
Okay.
Does she date guys like you, like metal guys, or is she dating does she go totally the opposite way and say I like conservative?
No, she's
bookworms?
really into like studying and
Why did you pick?
Wow.
I lucked out.
Why did you pick metal way back in the day? What was the turn?
I grew up watching Headbangers Ball, and I loved all the bands from New York. I used to come and take the train in and go to CBGB's and go to L'Amour's in Brooklyn, and I just got really infatuated with all those bands: Typo Negative, Biohazard, Life of Agony, Madball, Agnostic Front. New York, being in Connecticut, we're sandwiched in between New York and Boston, so we would always get a lot of great shows.
What about Pearl Jam?
I never got into Pearl Jam. I know everybody's going to tweet me and go, "What the fuck? They're the greatest." But
what
I never
bands do
got
you
into
like
it.
that people would be surprised at?
I like Weezer. I like my daughter used to listen to like Green Day and No Doubt, so I would kind of give that a
listen.
shot. Yeah.
Maroon 5.
You know what? Maroon 5 way back when they had a song called This Love, which I enjoyed, but it's not as good as the Pantera song This Love.
You don't like any Lady Gaga or any of that stuff?
No, not really. But I don't believe in like the guilty pleasure thing. Like I don't think any music is a guilty pleasure. There's just some of the stuff that doesn't give me a charge, and others
It's
do.
just the catchy stuff, though. It's hard not
Like
to.
Kelly Clarkson. You listen to that.
Kelly Clarkson, by the way, I do like Kelly
I
Clarkson.
got her on my phone.
Do you really?
Of course I do.
I like her, and by the way, I say better on the left, like the when they do the before and the after. Where I like the before, but right now she's like looking a little plump, and I think I like it.
Do you like plump girls?
No, but I think with her,
It works.
she's hot, but she's married now, and I
She
think she
carries
just had
that
a kid.
fat well.
Yeah, some of them do. Once in a while, you find a little fatty who looks kind of.
Yeah.
Check her out. I just saw her on Fallon or one of these shows, and
I think she was here recently.
she's looking good. I like it.
Yeah.
Do you get? Was there a point before your girlfriend or whatever where there was a lot of ass on the road, or like does your music? You guys get? I guess you get plenty of groupies.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised. Like, you could be the ugliest band dude, and you could be pulling a lot of chicks. Especially when I was on Headbangers Ball. Once you're on TV, that changes everything. I think you could have the smallest TV show and get a lot of interest from women.
Because
for
it's weird,
sure.
because comics, we always get the boyfriend, and this is we love you,
Date
we're big
night.
fans, but it's like band guys, man. It doesn't matter. Chicks who just want to fuck.
It's crazy. I just was at
Dang
a
it.
festival. We played yesterday or day before yesterday at a festival in Dallas, Texas called South by So What, and there was probably 70% girls there for a metal festival. I mean, there's so many girls there, porn stars and fake tits everywhere. I was surprised.
How hot are metal girls too? Are so fucking hot.
All tattooed up. And
Tattooed up, the big noses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all those fucking big Jersey noses, right?
Yeah.
The fucking great bodies. Oh, I love
Yeah,
it.
we're going on this Motorhead cruise, and I tweeted ladies, get your leopard print bikinis out, and a lot of girls were replying.
Where you at with the tattoos on the breast, though? Leave it
I
alone,
love
right?
them. I love them.
I don't mind. I don't mind when they tat that up.
I like tattoos on girl, and I don't care where they put them. I think they're sexy as shit.
Yeah.
And I like. My favorite type of tattoo is there's different type of tattoos. There's the black and whites. There's the real artist. Koi fish dragon or, whatever, that real artist, tattoo artist. Or there's the, random horse shit, like a fucking corn on the cob and, and then your band's name and then, a fucking
Tramp
bird.
stamp.
Yeah, with that random shit.
And the one they regret from high school, it's
Yeah.
just fucking initials. What does that mean? I'm a cunt. I shouldn't have written it. I was drunk. I thought it was cute.
I like the artist ones better when the chick spent some money on it, but I like tattoos. I don't care if they're on the titties.
Yeah.
Kelly Clarkson doesn't look good. What were we saying?
Come on,
We
she's
just
cute.
Google imaged her.
Well, how old is that one?
That's
last
rough.
week.
That's a little rough.
That's a little rough.
That's a little rough.
But she's got a
But
gut.
but see, the
it's even rougher.
photographers do this on purpose to make her look bad. They could totally do a better angle. There.
Well, we're looking at 100
That's- see,
pictures.
look at that
Yes.
one. That's
Not
not.
From
one good
Google
one.
Earth.
Well, have you seen that chick Bonnie Rotten?
Who?
I love her. The
Right.
porn chick.
I had her on my
She's
pod,
so
yes.
hot, man.
And she's got webs on both tits, so around the nipples is
Yeah,
spider
Bonnie
webs.
Rotten is fucking sexy, man.
Let's look at Bonnie Rotten.
That was a very popular.
she's
pod.
Ooh, do I want to fuck her?
Why would you
that
not?
is- wow.
What a
Okay.
delight.
I don't mind tattoos on breasts anymore.
She's really
Wow,
hot.
that's really nice.
And she looks even better in person. Like when I had her on the podcast, which it was a big episode. 'cause
Where'd you tape her?
We at the DoubleTree in Bristol, Connecticut. And I went up to her room and, saw all the stripper shoes and all because she was doing shows. Like she has sold out shows everywhere because she really makes it a show. Like if you bring your girlfriend, she'll jam a dildo in your girlfriend's face. And
Yeah, that's what my wife wants. She wouldn't be mad at me for that. My wife's from fucking Everett, Massachusetts. She'd fucking hit her with a closed beer. She'd literally fucking smash her right in her fucking head. A
closed beer.
She's smoking hot.
Yeah,
dude.
Bonnie
Look
Rotten
at
is
her.
really
She's
sexy.
unbelievable.
Ah, my fucking dick is so. I wish I was somebody else.
What?
I don't know, dude. I'm sorry. I was just
just
fantasizing
lost
about
it.
fucking
I think
her.
you just lost
She's
it.
really
Now
cute,
let me
too.
ask you a
She has a
question.
cute face.
Is she? I just lost it. I really did just fucking lose
She's
my
pretty
mind.
hardcore, man. She's really dirty.
Does she? When you went up there, if you didn't have a girlfriend, could you guys have fooled around just for shits and giggles? You think? Or
no,
I don't
think
she
so.
Just
I
like
think,
this is business.
I think she has a situation. I don't know if she wants that out there, but
no, whatever. I get
but
you.
but
may
she
be
told me off the air. She told me, "Oh, I know this band that I'm friends with," and she's like, "Yeah, when I was like 18, I went on the road with them and fucked them all, like from Jersey to Florida." And I was like, "Wow, great!"
Fuck,
God
Give us a
bless.
hint.
Yeah, it's not in living color. Is it?
Give us a hint.
They're a hardcore band.
Really?
Yeah.
As hard as you guys?
Yeah, yeah. And but so like a lot
About.
of girls that get into porn have
Bon Jovi?
definitely gone through the metal circuit. A lot of not all of them, but a lot of them, especially the more like alternative looking ones, they've definitely gone
That's
through.
fine. I think a chick with tattoos is a fucking definite plus. A turn on.
It is hot, man. I've gotten into it. I used to not like it, but now I think it's very, very sexy.
I fucking.
You're
love
going to be
it.
at Rock on the Range. It's going to be an ass festival over there.
Oh, that's right. We're doing that. That I said before in Columbus, Ohio. Is it May?
Yes, we do the Friday, I think, May 16th. What day do you play?
You know what? I should probably know that, and I don't. I'm with Florentine.
That's a great show.
I did the roast last year.
What roast did they do?
We roasted Corey Taylor, so I
was that there?
I dipped
Okay.
my toes in the comedy world for that, and I actually got some laughs.
You
It was
did all
pretty
right.
good.
Good for you.
They aired it on Sirius. Actually, I think they played the whole thing.
Kenny, what day am I there?
Let's go to Billy on Long Island. Billy.
Yeah.
Hey.
What's up, man? Jamie and Jimmy, my two heroes.
Hi,
Billy. How are you?
I'm doing great. My name's actually Tommy. I made 2 phone calls, and they cut me off the first time and said they weren't taking my calls. So I called back, and I schnooked them.
Ah, Tommy, what's up?
Not much, Jamie. I'm coming down to see you guys in Rockville in Jacksonville.
Oh, great! That's going to be awesome with Slash and Suicidal Tendencies.
Yeah, it's going to
Wow.
be a great show. Slayer and Slipknot and everybody. I'm bringing
Judas
my
Priest.
son down there, and I'm heading down to Mexico to see Jimmy and Florentine with the Prince of Darkness down at
I think that's been canceled, dude.
No.
Fucking
Don't
Oz.
fuck yourself, Jimmy. Don't play that.
I swear to God, I believe Oz Fiesta has been canceled.
No.
Oh no, really?
I hope that unless there's something that's happened that I don't know about, but somebody asked me about it on Twitter. I have not talked to Sharon or Ozzy, so I don't. That was what I heard. We probably should follow up on it. I've been so busy in the last. I'm not even joking.
Well, I'm not buying it because let me tell you the shit that I went through. I'm taking my son down to Jacksonville to see Jamie. He's one of his heroes, and I'm coming down with my girlfriend that I bought her a ticket for Christmas, who is not really keen on the whole thing. And that was her Christmas gift, and she said, "You fucking kidding me? You're taking me to see Ozzy for Christmas?" Like, no, I'm taking you to Mexico for Christmas. Ozzy's there for me. It's not for you. Don't fucking tell me that this shit's canceled.
Maybe it's not, dude, because I have not heard anything. I had heard a rumor, and then somebody asked me about it on Twitter, and that's what I'm going off of.
Right.
I have to have my manager call them because my manager, I should probably ask him.
We'll know by the end of the show, I'm sure.
We tried to get on that.
God.
Did you really?
Yeah, we tried to get on that, but we're doing a show that day with Metallica in Germany. I hit up Florentine. I was like really trying to get on it, but
that's kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Metallica in Germany.
yeah, it's going to be big.
It's not a
called
bad gig.
Grunahala, and then we're doing a show the night before with Kiss, so it actually worked out. But I hope it's not canceled because I know a lot of people were planning to go to that.
Yeah, I fucking hope not either because I'm dying to do that gig.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
It was
We'll make some calls.
The perfect vacations for myself and her because it's not my kind of thing, hanging out on the beach.
Right.
And with an all-inclusive, I don't drink. Thank you, Jimmy, for helping me through sobriety 3 years.
I'm happy to hear that, buddy.
And, God, I hope it's not canceled. But
Well, if it is, you come on the Motorhead cruise.
I think that's going to be the next thing that we fight about, I guess.
When is the Motorhead cruise?
It's September 28th to October 2nd, and they have a really cool Facebook where you can, if you don't have anyone to go to, you can you can meet people on Facebook and get like a cabin buddy.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, so you could split a room.
That sounds fun. One of you is not going to make it.
I'll tell you
That
what,
could be a
if
bit
she
scary.
doesn't want to go, I'm going to bring my son because he's going in the Marine Corps in October. So we're doing our last summer festivals and getting everything out of the way now. And you guys have both been an inspiration. He actually did a report on Jimmy's book, I Hate Your Guts, in high school, and it didn't go over too well.
Oh,
Right.
Nice.
So,
Well, cool. We hope to see you out
All
there,
right, Billy.
Tommy.
well, I hope you guys. I hope to see you down in Mexico, Jimmy, and Jamie. I'll see you down in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'll be signing
buddy.
at the Monster Energy tent, so come by and say what's up.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye bye.
How many dates a year are you doing?
This year I tried to do less. Last year we took like 5 or 6 months off, and then this year I'm trying to do maybe about 90 to 100 gigs.
How many
That's it.
and how many people in the band?
5.
5 people. Do you split the money evenly, or is
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
So do you book the tour, or do you have a tour manager? How does it work?
Oh yeah, we got an agent, a manager.
So they just book you on as many shows as you guys want to be on.
Well, this is the thing, and this is probably not going to be popular with agents and managers because obviously they want their bands out there as much as possible because being an agent is the best job in the business. You know, you can make a $100,000 gig happen, and that's a $10,000 phone call. So,
Right.
But also, you're paying for the crew, you're paying for the bus, you're paying for the driver, hotel, band, hotel, fuel. So we like to do what we did this past weekend, which is fly in, have the promoter rent the back line, then fly to another city that's, you know, in the route with the airline that we use. We're Delta, you know, all the way, and we get upgraded first class, and then you end up making what you would make on a 2 or 3 week tour for just doing 2 spot shows.
what percentage of the money go? Because bands have such a fucking overhead. Like with all this, what percentage of the money goes to overhead?
Well, with us, we're lucky that we were able to go very punk rock style. So we can go and set up just a backdrop and use a local lighting guy, and you know, we bring a sound guy, bring a tour manager.
You're
and that's
smart.
it. Yeah.
Save some of that money.
Yeah, we learned from the best, though. I mean, if you look at like Slayer, Motorhead, we toured with Motorhead in '99, and I saw how they were running things. And you know, look how it goes with ebbs and flows. Like metal will be huge for a couple years, and then it'll kind of go underground, and then it'll come back. And so you have to be able to budget your money and save.
Right. Very cool.
Did you get drunk with Lemmy?
I did, yeah, and it was that tour was '99, and it was everything that you would think a Motorhead tour would be. I mean, you know, black strippers, fake tits, him, you know, playing pool, drinking JD at 9 in the morning at the venue, and it was great, yeah.
Does he mind if you look at his moles? Like there's someone that, don't look at the moles, son. When you hang out with Lemmy, don't look at his moles.
He was totally cool. The whole band, is really cool, and I was really happy they invited us on this.
Put one in
Motorhead
tequila.
cruise. Yeah, but you know the thing about Motorhead too is that they've never like switched it up. They're kind of like the smaller version of AC/DC, where they've always kind of kept to that formula. And if you do that in music, it goes a long way with fans. You know, as soon as you try to jump on whatever the trend is.
It does always come back, though. I mean, look how big AC/DC is now. It's fucking crazy.
Biggest band in the
Still
world.
doing it.
They are,
Unbelievable.
right?
Bigger than the Stones. Yeah, for sure.
Fucking crazy. I
Never
just saw
seen
that
'em.
Access
Gotta
Live has their HD show.
Right.
That the fucking it's so the crowd is so big, and they're all jumping at the same time. It's got to be in like some
I think
third
that's the
world
Donning. I
country.
think that's I think that's Donington. There's a famous
We play the video all the time
for
here.
Thunderstruck.
For Thunderstruck.
It's a pretty.
it's
It's one of the most amazing concert moments ever. there.
When the whole crowd-
everyone's just bouncing at the same time.
Fucking
And it measured
crazy.
on like the Richter scale or something, right? Is that the show?
That was when I got off the plane.
Oh, Bob,
I did a
stop
fat
it.
joke to myself. Fuck.
Come on, Bob. Now
Throw
don't go there.
Thunderstruck in there, Sammy. Thunderstruck Live will get us there.
Yeah.
But Lemmy, he's not partying like that anymore.
I know, I heard he's doing
actually,
good.
He's actually said, too, that, he doesn't, want to promote that sort of lifestyle and that he wants to live longer now and keep rocking. And
It's weird how rock has become, and even comedy too. It's not a. None of us party.
yeah, I haven't
People
touched
think-
booze in 10 years. Yeah.
People think that we're all fucking partying. We're actually. I got a fucking NutriBullet. You know what I mean?
I party now just with vegetables.
I had a chocolate souffle that night, and Jimmy went, "No, you don't want that."
Yeah,
And
no.
he took it away from me.
Yeah, fucking watch Bob hurt himself. that was a delicious razor blade you were cutting yourself with.
I wish I was in the room that night and put a rubber on your penis.
Well, it would have been nice, or the person I was with. One on hers.
Whatever. It's there. I think it's the one. The one with 9 million views is probably the. Oh no, then there's one with 68 million views.
It's the one in Spain. I think it's the one in Spain.
where they're all bouncing.
Yeah, where the crowd, there's probably 100,000 people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, Spain. It was in Spain, not a third world country. It was, they just looked
Why is there so much bouncing?
because that's a GoPro on a drumstick.
Oh, wow.
It's Access TV, ACDC. It's fucking
Whatever.
incredible.
We all know it. Well, we should take a break, but I want to play some Hate Breed, Jamie.
Awesome.
What should we play?
Can we play something off the most recent album?
Whatever you want. It don't fucking matter.
There's a song called Honor Never Dies, which has been really popular off the last album.
Okay, we got that in the system, hopefully. Don't embarrass me, please. All right, good, we got it. All right, we got Jamey Jasta in studio. We're going to go to break with some Hate Breed. Bob Kelly's here, too, playing the Comedy Works in Albany Friday and Saturday. And Jimmy's got a whole bunch of dates.
I'll just give a couple. I'll just say next weekend, I'll be in Denver for the first time in years. April 2nd, 3rd,
Comedy
4th,
Works?
Comedy Works downtown.
Best club ever.
It's awesome. Low ceilings.
Ugh.
And Rochester, April 30th through May 2nd. And then I am actually doing the same gig Jamie is doing, but I'm there Saturday, May 16th in Columbus at Cruise
Oh, that's the
Stadium.
day we play, yeah.
Oh, okay, we're on the
Yeah.
same night.
Beautiful.
Okay.
All right, we go to break with some Hate Breed.
After this. In case you missed it, this went down recently on My Wife Hates Me with Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane.
Mark from Nashville, what's up?
Yeah, hey, listen, I did some horrible thing to my wife. I told an embarrassing story amongst friends, and I kind of said that she did it instead I did it. And, well, no, that's just the starter, guys. So then the story kind of got back around to her friends, and they were, giving her hell about it. And then it got onto, Facebook, and it's exploded, and her family and her friends are all saying, how the hell did you do this, Jenny, and stuff like that.
Oh, my God. This is like a movie.
She got on Facebook, she said, no, that was Mark, you did it. And they said, Jenny, don't blame it on your husband.
Oh, Jenny.
Man.
It backfired, and it's so fucking gross.
Can you tell us what you did?
Oh, God, do I have to?
Yes.
I was taking a morning dump. And
Sounds
I was all
pretty
done.
normal so far.
And I was standing up, and I sneezed, and I looked down, and I saw a little speck of, dew on my shorts, and then I said, well, I got to rewipe, and something came out, and I turned around, and there was poop on the toilet paper. And then I turned around, there was poop everywhere.
It splattered. He sprayed like a skunk.
A mist of shit had just ejected from me.
Yeah, but
So that's the story. I mean, there was shit everywhere, and now she's got blamed for it, and she's hiding up the fuck. I mean, she is pissed off. And this has been going on for over a week now. And every time we try to get together,
but why would you?
And I've admitted to my friends that, hey, I'm the one that fucked up. I did this. I said you did it. And they go, no, Mark, you're not taking the blame for this.
Mark, why would you tell anyone, even your wife, that story?
Why would that story be released anywhere?
We kind of have a shit story club. We tell shit stories. That's, we get talked about tell shit stories.
Like about your wife?
Well, on that one,
you kind of fucked out because
I didn't think it was going to get back to her,
Right, but why would you want your guy friends to think your wife was
shitting all over
the bathroom?
They know her, yeah. And it was one of those kind of shit story versus, stupid shit your wife's done. And I really have one, so, it just kind of happens. But
I don't, I don't know.
How do you say, sorry's not good enough now.
Then you know what? Just bring her home a present or something, or some fucking toilet paper. I don't know.
How's that going to work?
Fancy toilet paper.
Yeah, a present's not going to work.
Well, did you Facebook that you
know
did
what
it?
you do? Go on Facebook.
Mark,
go on Facebook
and take the blame for this. We know you just try to,
Listen,
well, now you're on a national radio show, so why don't you say clearly your name, her name, and who did it?
Whoever's listening, guys out there, it was me. I'm the one who shit all over the bathroom. It wasn't my wife. It wasn't Jenny. It was me, Mark. I shit all over the bathroom.
Okay. Now go on Facebook and do it.
Twitter.
Go make a video.
Any social media that you have.
Make a video. Okay.
Put it on YouTube.
All right, and then fucking send it out.
I don't know if I could do it again. What, you think I should take myself trying to do it again?
No, just make an apology video.
Mark,
stupid. We don't care.
Mark.
All right, well.
All right, good luck.
Listen to My Wife Hates Me, Tuesday nights at 7 p. Eastern, here on Opie Radio. This is Opie Radio. The show is back.
There you go, Bobby. Enjoy this, Bobby.
There it is. That's a hit.
You got some moves, Bobby. Work it.
People love snapping.
That's Maroon 5.
Jamey Jasta from Hatebreed in studio. Really getting along. I like this Jamie guy, and we know all the same assholes. We just learned.
Yes.
All the same assholes that did us wrong in our careers. Holy fuck! It's a small world.
I wouldn't say they did me wrong, but yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
All right, maybe I pumped it up a little bit. All right. Made it a little inconvenient. How's that?
But in the break, we were talking about Matt Pinfield, and I'm happy that he's here. I didn't know that he was here. He just interviewed me. Actually, he interviewed me last year at Rock on the Range for Access TV.
He's a great guy.
Great dude, yeah.
Yeah, I just saw him walking the halls last week. Right.
He did an episode.
Well, he's on Lithium, I think.
I think that's the channel.
I think they got him on Lithium. Yeah, he's doing a very, very good job.
Is that a drug?
It's a channel.
That's a wonderful channel.
What a drug? Lithium? Yeah.
Are you serious? Or are you joking?
No, it's a channel. I was joking. Did you just hit a button? No. You have buttons? No, I don't.
He has one button.
I have to get my own in here.
Yeah, we're working on that.
He has 2 buttons if you include his belly button.
At least it's not a plane crash noise. Before, when I was in there, I saw the screen with the plane crash, and I got to go to Russia on Thursday. And I was hoping it wasn't like an airline that I was going to go on.
No, what airline are you going on?
We do everything Delta, KLM, Air France.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Russian airplanes are the fucking worst
Aeroflat
airplanes.
Airlines.
2 of those are, I think, maybe 2 of the flights are Aeroflot.
When
those are fine.
When the engine, you ever see the Russian planes where the engines are they're like kind of on the end of the wing? I think it's a weird.
Yeah,
those planes go down all the fucking time.
Well, we went on one last year we were there in March, and we went on one from St. Petersburg to London, and I didn't have an armrest. And it was broken off, and then the other armrest had an old ashtray in it.
Yeah, we were just talking about this earlier.
Oh man, it was
a bungee cord,
unsettling.
You must
holding your armrest on.
You must really like playing music. There's no way I would fly
that's why I like
one of those planes.
You know, it's when I did Headbangers, I would fly in to tape episodes, and then I would fly to the gig at night.
Right,
and that was back in the Continental days, and I was terrified then. But I got over my fear of flying, and now I just get worried when I see one of these crashes. Like, we were booked on Malaysia Air to go to Taiwan or Taipei somewhere, and we canceled it. We were like, get us on KLM.
But the odds are it's probably okay now because there's been 2.
Right.
You probably won't have more than 2 at the same airline. So it's probably a safe airline to take because what are the odds of it happening a 3rd time? It's just astronomical.
How is Russia?
It's great.
That's what I hear.
The fans are amazing. There's bands that have entire careers in Russia and Siberia, and they can go and they can do like a month. Like Sepultura is there now. They're doing a month of dates. Krasnodar, all these places you never heard of.
Right.
And it's huge. You look on their Instagram, and their shows are 2,000, 3,000 people. So you could go there and do probably a month-long tour and make what you would make, here.
How are the people? Did you walk around? What did you see? What are your observations of Russia?
I don't really walk around and do much. You're one
of these guys that goes right to the hotel. You don't really search out the city a little bit?
Or is it because it's Russia, though? Russia can be a little dangerous.
Well, my buddy's band Crowbar was just there, and they took photos at the Kremlin and stuff, and there was, I heard about that, the passport police, that will come up to you and harass you, but they said it was fine. So, but the last time I was there, I was just too tired from the flights. I want to sleep all day until showtime. And then,
right. I would have to walk around and check out a new country, right?
Yeah, Russia? Fuck yeah.
You'd have to.
How are the girls?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Every chick is really like a supermodel. Like the front row while we were playing, I was just like, Jesus, this is. But I just go right to the hotel, and you can't bring girls to the hotel. There was a band, one of the bands, the support bands, was trying to bring some girls in, and they were like, nope, because even though they were friends of the band, they weren't hookers.
Right.
They were shutting it down. They were
Brazil's
haters.
like that too. They've had too many problems, probably with hookers drugging people, or they're probably doing it to protect you more than anything.
Yeah. Well, in Brazil, we were just in Brazil.
You can pay to have the girls in Brazil, though.
Well,
you had to pay $20 or $30, and they had to leave their identification at the door, and then they'd go up. So the hotel made money off of it. They would go up, and then when they leave, they have to go get their identification, and then they call you, Mr. Not me, because it never happened to me. Yeah, this is all what I heard from my friends.
The girls wait in the lobby, and you sign their stuff, you take pictures with them or whatever. But one of the guys at the front desk was like, "Fuck these girls! I'll call you a real girl." And I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm going to bed." But that's the hotels. Some of the hotels, they'll rather just call you a professional.
Do you know, I wonder if you just said something, I wonder if that's Russian mob stuff where they're like, no, they don't let them bring girls up unless we send them. Like, it might be one of those things.
Right, they want to control the whole thing.
We'll get you a good girl, and then it's one of their girls.
There you go, yeah. Because
the same girl just has to go around the block.
I mean, they have metal detectors going in a lot of these places too. Like the securities.
So you don't wander around in any of these
I do
countries?
in Germany, Holland, Netherlands, France, but when you go someplace really far like Russia, I'll have the night off, but we're traveling all day, and sometimes you don't get a nap on these flights, and you're just exhausted and dehydrated, and you got to have to do what I do, 90 minutes of screaming my head off.
Right.
I just need all the energy.
Have you ever had throat problems?
No, and actually, knock on wood, I just went to the ear, nose, and throat doctor. I had the camera put in. I was looking at it on the screen, and he was like, "Whatever you're doing, you're doing it right."
No kidding.
Yeah. And I've had a lot of singers. I've known a lot of singers who've lost their voice or had issues, and I've never missed a show from that.
Oh,
Do you sing from like? Because I talk sometimes too much and my throat bothers me. Are you singing from a different place? Like you're not singing from your throat.
No, I sing from my diaphragm.
How do you do that? I always hear that. I don't know how to do it.
It's weird. I think I only learned how to do it from the second or third album onward, because the second album I shredded my voice in the studio. The producer kept making me do the tracks over and over again, and I was like, this can't be right. And then I started watching videos and seeing how like Tom from Slayer or Max from Sepultura would sing, and they're like, you know, they're
holding
really
everything in.
Yeah, they're pushing out from the diaphragm.
Wow.
I don't know how to do that. I don't even know
But you
if I
have to breathe. Your stomach should go out when you breathe in, and then as you talk, it goes in. So most people
I breathe in and kind of hold it because I have to get through lines,
Right.
like and be able to. It's not like in the studio where you could do one line, punch me in on the next line. On live, you know, you have to really belt it out.
Right.
But that's what I do. I hold the air in and I gradually push it out as I'm singing.
I don't know if I could do that.
But I'm like you. If I talk too much, I will get hoarse. I have to try to talk from the diaphragm as well.
I don't know how to do. I don't know how to make sometimes my trainer, if I'm doing something, should go, keep your rib cage closed. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know what you mean. You're doing it again. What? Your rib cage is open. I don't know what you mean.
It's like your top
It's
ab. Like
humiliating.
you kind of like you have to like engage that top ab, and then if you took a deep breath, then you could talk really.
Well, the
low
point
and
is,
push from
she
there.
could say it nicer.
Yeah.
You know, we're paying you. Why are you yelling at me?
Diaphragm talk. I just tried that. I don't know if I did it or not. No?
I think they say they breathe like a baby. When you look at a baby, when they breathe in, their stomachs go out, and when they push out, their stomachs go in. So you're filling up your diaphragm and using that air that's in there to talk.
Diaphragm breath? No.
No, you got to push your stomach out when you breathe in.
I'm done with that.
You're just done already?
I don't know what to do.
You'll never be a singer.
I don't want to be a singer. I just mean just to talk from your diaphragm. Because I talk a lot, Sam. It's that's my instrument.
You do have
I'm
to work
pointing
on
my
your
cock.
projection.
But you never lost your voice. You said when
I've lost it many times, but never like permanently. But I mean, like, you know, little pieces here and there. I've had little throat problems.
But you never had to cancel a gig because of it.
No, I think I've been very lucky with that.
I've had to take steroids a bunch of times, because a lot of times when I go to Vegas, because it's so dry in the casinos and all the smoke, and you're talking so much when you're, you know, before the show, after the show, and then and you're talking because there's so much ding 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 ding, all that shit, and then there's the music, and you're talking above, so you're not talking like this. You're really talking like this.
Yeah,
the whole
diaphragm
time.
talk.
No, that's not diaphragm talk. That's throat talk.
In
When you-
Russia, they still allow everybody to smoke in the club. So you go on stage.
Wow,
and it's
really?
just like-
They have no problem when you're smoking.
Germany too, like Eastern Germany, Dresden and stuff. You go out there and you're just like, holy! You just smoked like 4 packs of cigarettes on stage.
I don't miss that shit whatsoever.
Yeah.
Me neither.
I think if you own an establishment, it should be up to you. You should be, you know, if you want people smoking in your establishment. But I'm glad no one's smoking, though.
A lot of fans will not side with the artist on that, though. Like I've seen, like with Danzig or some of these bigger singers, they will put signs up in the venue or make the venue, you know, say there's no smoking, and fans get super pissed and they're like, "Yo, you pussy!" You know, you should just be able to do it. But that's why I don't really talk about that too much in the public, because fans won't side with you. A lot of fans will be like, "We should be able to smoke," but
Yeah, but the thing is that your voice, like if you're doing, even me just talking 2 shows in an improv, it's like 2 hours of talking. It does fuck your throat up when you're doing 5 shows in a weekend. That's like 5 hours. It's a lot of talking with people's smoke in your face. It sucks.
yeah, it's terrible. But luckily, a lot of venues have just completely.
Most. I can't think of the last one. Maybe in Texas, there's certain places you can, but
Can't
most
think of
states you
one.
can't.
They even shut
Remember
down they're shutting down the cigar bars in New York.
Well, that they shouldn't do.
They're known for, that's the whole reason you go in there.
Why are they shutting down the cigar bars?
A fire hazard. That's how they're probably painting it.
Because I think with the employees or something, that's the argument. But they're opened up specifically so you could go in there and smoke, and everyone understands if you go into a cigar bar, there's going to be some smoke. And,
the
they
cigars-
fucking went and shut most of them down in New York.
Yeah, cigars is too much of a white rich guy thing for them to shut down. You know, that's a you know, like white rich guys love smoking cigars.
figuring out the economy.
There's no way they're going to shut all the cigar bars down. What's the one over here, up in the building, the fucking all the fucking famous. Al Sharpton goes to Alec Baldwin.
The American Express one.
There's one up. You can't get to it. You got to be a fucking,
Yeah, I know, like a DJ,
Yeah, you have to be
famous DJ who.
the
goes
old
there.
white
But
guys in trading
what's the
places
appeal?
to be
I
up
mean,
there.
I saw it in Atlanta Airport yesterday. It's packed, like that little smoking
that's
lounge,
the worst. Glass
and it's just
room.
gross. Like there's like 100 people in there.
There's
It's just
a
gritting.
mother with her kid.
That's an addiction that you'd want to be that close to human beings.
Yeah, they were piled
You are
in there, and then
addicted.
people are waiting to get in.
Right.
Because it's like the most popular place in the airport. But I could see if you're jonesing for a cigarette and you're
When that
flying
first-
10 hours, you're going to
When
kill
that first
somebody.
started, like venues and arenas would have like the one in Rochester. What the hell they used to call it, the Tomb or something. And it was a glass room, and you could watch these fuckers in there, and then one big huge smoke cloud. I'm like, they're nuts.
I was coming over from Amsterdam and I was smoking in line to get on the plane. And I remember there was an ashtray right there when I was giving her my ticket, and I put out my cigarette.
Wow.
It was fucking great.
You smoke still?
No, I quit smoking. I smoke
time,
cigars.
right?
I haven't smoked in 3 years, over 3 years. Going up 4 years in August.
That was a hard one, man. That's one that scares me to go back to because fucking with flying now the way it is, like you can't smoke anywhere. Like I almost missed a fucking connection in Houston when I was touring with Dice because I had to go out and have a cigarette and go back through security. I'm like, what am I doing?
You had to though. You had to have that
Had to
cigarette.
have a cigarette,
Wow.
man.
That was the worst decision you'd have to make when you fly. You'd smoke 2 before going in, go through security. If something happened to your plane, you're fucked. Because then you got to go, do I go out and do I smoke that cigarette? Because then your plane, they could fuck. One time I almost missed a plane too because they fixed the problem and I was out fucking smoking a cigarette because I thought it was going to be an hour. It was like 20 minutes. Ran back in, just caught the plane.
You got to time it where you have enough smoke as many as you can and get through security and get on the plane, and it's just it's a disaster.
They don't even let you dip or anything on the plane. Like I saw a guy in first class the other day, like spitting and hiding, and the lady's like,
You can't dip.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't
That's
know
kinda
because
shitty.
I think because of
fucking
the
gross.
Because of all that shit that
There's
builds up, and then
turbulence,
you
and
gotta,
if that fucking falls off, I got to get his spit on my face.
But there was another guy who was sneaking one of those
Electric
vaporizers.
scissors,
and he was,
Those
like,
should be
doing it.
legal if there's no scent to them. The problem is some of them smell like I did something with Kurt Metzger, and he'll smoke them, but it's like it smells like fucking hickory vanilla. It's weird.
Right.
It still has a smell, but not as bad.
Lavender.
But it smells like
Right.
something
Sandalwood.
burnt.
Yeah.
like
Flavored.
Yeah, like burnt wires sometimes. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
is fucking worse.
Give me the
to
burnt wires
Do they have
flavor.
the research out on those things? They can't be good for you. They're going to figure out that something is bad with that, right?
Yeah, the next 10 years, maybe 10, 20
obviously,
years.
it's safer than having a cigarette, but I don't know, man. Do they know all the chemicals that are in those things?
Those stores are everywhere. They're popping up
Oh,
everywhere.
fuck, they're
They got
huge.
100 flavors, and
They are taking over the world.
They
those
should be
things.
unscented though, because then they'd have no argument. Like, why can't you? Smoke that on a plane.
Well, they
Unscented-
allow on some of the Asian airlines. Like we were on a flight from Indonesia to Hong Kong, and everybody had those electronic ones that just give off a little puff.
Did you walk around Hong Kong?
No,
What?
Obama was there, and like it was,
What the
everything was shut down. We had to wait hours on the runway, and so when we got out, we were like, we had like one of those 10-hour layovers, like where you land in the morning and then you don't fly out till night. So we were but we couldn't.
I would lose my mind if I went to Hong Kong and couldn't walk around. But see, I don't tour as much as you guys. I get out there every once in a while, so I guess it gets to a point where none of that matters, and you just want to go to your hotel and chill out.
Well, Japan, you have to go see. Like, if you go to the final Black Sabbath show, you have to go out and see everything you can. It's literally like Blade Runner, the movie. It's great.
fucking awesome.
It's insane. It's amazing. And you have the craziest stuff. Like, you go into this place, and they'll just be like people on these machines, people doing those dancing games, like running, and I mean, it's wild.
I would want David Lee Roth to take me out because he lives there pretty much full time, and I would want him to take me out somewhere.
Have you seen him lately?
I
At the
haven't.
cellar?
No, not in a while. Last time was when he was here.
He became friends of ours, and he loves to talk.
Yeah, he's very chatty.
you don't get a word in
Very
edgewise
chatty.
with him,
I
right?
love listening to the guy.
He's got some fascinating stories. I listened to a couple of his podcasts.
He's a trip.
Yeah, he's great. I
We
mean,
got to get him back on.
Did you ever see the US Festival? It's like 300,000 people where Van Halen played, and he dicks off the Clash. He's like, "There's real Jack Daniels in this bottle, not like the Clash. They got fucking iced tea."
Were they on the festival?
Yeah. I was like, wow, that's ballsy to go at the Clash, like a really credible punk band. You know?
I assumed years ago that most of the musicians put iced tea or something in those bottles. They can't do that night after night. You got
Not
a couple.
Dave.
You got a few that obviously are hardcore, but the rest of them, you're like, no, there's no way he's drinking like that every night.
Well, supposedly with Dave, he's the real deal. I mean, there's videos now that you could see him where he's coked out of his mind, like licking his teeth, like telling people he fucked their girlfriend in the front row, and I mean, he's one of the greatest ever.
He's awesome.
But that US festival, I can't believe you never saw it. It's like Judas Priest, Ozzy. It's like 300,000 people in California, maybe 83.
Oh,
84.
wow.
But it's if you look it up, it's one of the best concerts, and you know, DLR, he's in
rare
full,
form.
full form.
I wonder if he still goes as hard as he used to.
No,
he looks pretty good physically. I mean, you know,
He looks like he's more straight edge these days.
Did he?
Maybe he has a little wine or something. I don't know.
When you had him on, was he talking about his radio experience? Because that didn't go so hot.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Yeah, because that's how we all got along.
Yeah.
Because we were making fun of him bad, and then I ran into his manager at I think an Allman Brothers show. He's like, oh man, you know, Dave has heard all the shit you guys have been saying. He's actually likes you guys. We like you.
No way.
And then we kind of exchanged a little info, and then, you know, fast forward, we got him on the show, and then we kind of just broke it all down. He was nuts for Infinity Broadcasting. He made him, what, is the palm trees and the sand true or not?
Yeah, it is. He wanted palm trees in the hall. He wanted sand on the floor of the studio.
Tapestries.
He wanted to broadcast from the roof.
Right.
Because he said he couldn't be confined because he was in Howard's studio, and Howard, not only was he completely indoors, but he had the windows blacked out. It was just like his world, and David Lee Roth wanted to be in the world, so he wanted to be up on the roof. But
what's wrong with that? If I'm a programmer, I would go, fuck yeah, go on the roof and broadcast.
Yeah.
I
right?
guess they just weren't set up to broadcast the show from the roof.
Yeah, they weren't really going to do a sandy, beachy roof show. They wanted
But he wanted
professional
sand
broadcast.
in the studio at all times, so he could walk around with no shoes and all that shit. He's awesome. We were in Howard's old studio, and we discovered this amazing window that Howard had blacked out. There's a good rumor why the window was blacked out.
Why?
He was worried about
assassination attempts.
He was worried about snipers, was what was told to us at the time. I don't know if it's true. I should say that here and now. But we discovered the window, said, fuck, man, let's get the window back. And then we got to see all that action. Girls naked every morning.
Nobody's going to assassinate you guys.
David
you guys
Lee
take
Roth,
yourself out every couple of years.
I know. We do it to ourselves.
David Lee Roth has a full album recorded and unreleased that John Five, plays with Rob Zombie, and he said he was telling me stories like of David in the studio just bringing girls in there, and I mean just an animal. But he'll do that. Like he'll rent a whole studio and be like, "Hey, come jam," and they have all these songs. They have like 20 songs unreleased.
I wonder if they're good.
I mean, if they're anything like Yankee Rose, I mean that was a hit. Remember that?
I didn't mind Yankee Rose.
It was good.
Are you fucking around?
No, I
can't read
it.
your face.
No, I'm being serious.
I didn't mind it. I kind of liked a few of his solo songs.
Who was the guitar player on that?
Eddie Van Halen.
No.
Randy Rhoads.
Vaughn?
Steve Vai.
Jimi
Steve
Hendrix.
Vai.
Was it Vai?
Yeah.
Vai's great.
Remember the guitar solo? Remember?
Oh yeah.
Every song had one.
Vi, I used to think Vi was like an alien, and then I met his lead singer. I had him on my podcast, Devin Townsend, and he's not an alien; he's human. But his skills are
amazing.
Really, yeah.
There were a few. I liked "Damn Good" by David Lee Roth. It was a slow song. You know that one?
Yeah. And what was the big video?
California.
I'm just a gigolo.
Or just those were the big videos though.
Yeah.
They didn't get much bigger than those.
Nope.
But John Five, I mean, he's written music for everybody from Katie Lang to Zombie to Marilyn Manson. So you would think that the potential would be there for it to be good.
Right.
People are actually getting pneumonia from the moisture in their e-cig vapes. Let's go to Lucas. Lucas, go ahead.
Yeah, I read an article a couple
Hey,
of weeks
Lucas,
ago.
are you still up there on the second floor? Sorry, Oh, Luca, you're right. God damn it. God damn the sight of me.
I kind of like that. You said Lucas, though.
I apologize. That was a total mistake, though. I apologize, Lucas. Go ahead.
What's hilarious is if I was just like 2 years younger, I would not get that reference at all. But
You get an old reference.
Yeah, it was an old reference and an unfunny one to boot. Fucking
2 years.
We used to have an intern that came in with black eyes, and we named her Luca.
With black eyes?
Black eyes.
Black eyes.
Sorry. Bruises, right?
boy.
And then we had a joke about it, and we couldn't get the story out of her, so we just started calling her Luca. And then one day, she just never showed up. To this day, I don't know what happened to that intern. Yeah.
Leave the intro. Take the
get some-
cannolis.
Fuck. Anyway, what do you got, Lucas?
Was Bobby just pining after some black-eyed peas or something? Like, I don't know. Always talking about food.
There you go.
All right, then.
I'm glad you saved that up, stupid. Spit it out, Luca.
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, I read this article that people who do those vape cigarettes are having more cases of pneumonia because they're putting so much moisture into their lungs and not getting it out again.
Well, there you go. I knew something was going on with it.
Yeah.
If you're in a very wet area, it's probably not good.
Like her puss?
Yeah. Or Seattle.
Yeah.
Yes. If you're standing in a vagina or in Seattle. Fucking.
But, you know, if you're in Texas or Arizona, vape away. I mean, I'm sure it's pretty
Vape
good.
away.
Sure.
Oh, all right, hold on. This happens every time. Hold on. You got to deal with Todd now in Iowa. Todd, you're on with Lucas.
This guy's full of shit. I own 4 e-cigarette stores in Iowa and Illinois, and nobody's got pneumonia. These things help you quit smoking. Yeah, that guy doesn't know shit.
You don't know shit, Lucas. Just came down from the mountaintop. All right, Todd. Thank you. Thank you, Lucas. All right, we got Jamey Jasta from Hatebreed in studio if you're just tuning in.
How was Halford when you had him on?
He was great.
He smells good, doesn't he? Rob Halford always smells good. He has rich man cologne.
Let me tell you, he's a class act, and he put us on a show at the Bridgeport Arena, opening for original Judas Priest and all original Anthrax, and it was like 2 blocks from where we grew up and where we used to rehearse, and they didn't have an opener on the tour, and so for him to put us on the show in our home area was.
It's awesome.
A huge dream come true. He's just amazing. And then he's one of those guys, too, where he stayed longer than he was supposed to because he's got a ton of press and radio to do at his dates. And he was like, no, we're good. And I think he probably went 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes, which is for an artist like that. It's hard to get a lot of time. But he loves you guys. He spoke very highly of you guys.
We had him on once. He was great.
Yeah.
Halford?
Wait, Halford actually said he loved us?
Yeah, like sometimes I'm a big I like podcasts, talk radio and stuff, and I'll try to talk while I'm setting up about different things. And I would just so happen to be listening on YouTube to his appearance when he came on your show,
right,
years and years ago, and I mentioned it, and he remembered it and spoke highly of you.
We loved his honesty because we finally got into all the the stuff.
Yeah, no, that was one of the first things I said.
No problem talking about it.
He did a good thing for metal. I mean, by coming out and showing, because there's a lot of people that are in metal where it's very like male-dominated scene that they shouldn't have to feel bad about their sexual preference. There's a lot of like these masculine bands that it's all about getting pussy and all this stuff. And
most guys in that situation would be scared to come out because they think they would lose their audience. He didn't lose nobody.
No,
that's how good Rob Halford is.
And Halford's probably wondering how dumb is everyone that you didn't know already. Hell bent for leather. Like I watched old footage of from these festivals in 1984, and I'm like, what was the question?
Do you have a solo album? Or any of them? There's one song that's called Locked and Loaded, and I was listening to it the other day, and he's like, I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it.
Yeah, it's like we kind of we know. But yeah, it's what do you deny how great he is? Like you can't not listen to fucking old Judas Priest and think it's fucking amazing. I don't care what he was doing after the shows.
Yeah, the point is, he wasn't going to lose his audience.
You're doing the same thing.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, but with a dress. For Christ's sake, I'm not gay.
He's the only person with that voice too. Like he doesn't really do much of a warm up. Like he was saying when I interviewed him, he's like, yeah, I do. He just
goes.
Yeah,
wow.
and he's hitting the notes. He's not like one of these guys that has an off night where he's hitting clams,
and he can still hit those notes.
Yeah, like I remember when he first came back to Judas Priest, we were on that tour on Ozfest, and we waited for during Victim of Changes, like when it goes all mellow, and then he has to hit that high note. And I was up on the lawn because I was like, I got to watch this from the lawn and just be in the crowd and not be backstage. And everybody on the lawn was just waiting, and it got all silent. And when he hit the note, the place was like, yeah. I mean, and he wasn't,
nice.
He's probably 57, 58 at that time.
What's the biggest gig you've done? Not you.
Probably Woodstock, Poland. That was 400,000.
You were in front of 400,000
yeah,
people.
when you see the photo, like I have the photo somewhere, but
try to find a picture of Woodstock, Poland. I didn't even know there was a Woodstock, Poland.
The guy who does, I think he bought the rights to it for Poland or bought the trademark for Poland. And the guy, he gives a lot of money to charity. He's a super cool guy. He has to be in the photo with you, though. That's like the catch when you do the crowd photo. He has to be on stage with you. Maybe if you do Hatebreed Woodstock, Poland, it'll come up. But is that it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Is that you?
They can't. It's
Yeah.
radio, but we can.
That's
wow.
fucking nuts.
Oh my god.
You can't even see the
Look at
back
that.
of the fucking crowd.
I've done them.
It was insane. And then we did a download one year. There was 100,000 at download in the UK, and I've had that promoter on my show to talk about festivals, and he did AC/DC. They had to have their own stage, and for that year on download, they had probably 200,000 for AC/DC.
Now, let me ask you this: you're in front of 400,000. I mean, do you get nervous ever at this point?
I was worried at that show because we were probably the heaviest band on that day.
Right.
And I just didn't want anybody to get hurt or anybody to get like raped or something, and then have it be in the headlines
Right, of
that it was
course.
during our set. And there was some scary shit going on while we were playing. Like there's this thing called the Wall of Death, which I used to do way back in the day, and then I was told, you know, like on Ozfest, this is not allowed. Of course, then they let the band Lamb of God do it, who played right before us. And I was like, what the fuck? Why would they let them do it? They don't let us
What
do
is
it.
it?
It's where you split the audience and they run at each other like Braveheart, like they're having a war.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And I used to do it. It's from sick of it all. The New York hardcore band actually, like, really, you know, they kind of invented it.
Right.
But Lamb of God made it really popular. I wasn't allowed to do it, and Lamb of God started to do it on Ozfest. And
Well, did you ask first or no? They just said, hey, by the way, that thing you've been doing, don't do it.
Yeah, because we had done it a couple years prior to that, and we had did it in a club somewhere, and someone got hurt.
How hurt do you get by doing the Wall of Death?
Well,
I saw the look on your face, Bobby. That horrified you, right?
Sure, pull up the video.
I don't
of
like
it.
crowds.
Pull up a video of
That's
it.
obvious.
When you,
I don't like.
if you search YouTube like Hatebreed Wall of Death or just Wall of Death, it's like now in Europe they'll tell you do not call for that, but the kids do it anyways.
Right.
So like at that Poland show, they were trying to do it, and I was going like, please, you know, don't. But
Do that one, Sam.
That's fucking
First one.
crazy.
You got it.
yeah. But so this is a French band, and so this Hellfest is in France, which we've played.
So there's like it's like the parting of the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And look, the audience is wild. They love it.
And then when do they
Watch, he'll say, "All right, everybody, it's time to."
all right, and then get the fuck out of here.
White people are fucking idiots.
They're just stupid.
All
What's wrong
these
with us?
years, and I never heard of the Wall of Death.
Yeah.
Look it up on YouTube if you've never seen this. That's nuts.
What's the fun of
Yeah.
that? Do people want to be close and touched so badly?
You know what? It's consensual violence. Like I think people always try to make sense of it, but it's just like you forget everything you're going through at home, at school, whatever, and you just go crazy and you lose your mind for one day, and that way you're not jumping through someone's window.
But is
later
there
in the night.
protocol? Is there protocol though? Are people being like kind of cool? Like, all right, I'm going to hit you, but I'm not going to fucking knock you out or hit your face or any of that shit.
Yeah, there's a mutual respect.
Are there ever fights that break out?
Yes, but you know you got to just speak out against it. I mean, now like
Wow.
a band like Lamb of God, they don't call for that anymore. And you know, Randy, he was, you know, in the headlines because he was arrested in the Czech Republic. A fan had gotten killed at one of the shows. And they said he was, you know, implicated in it because it looks like he kind of pushes the kid off stage, but he didn't. He didn't touch the kid.
Right.
So you just have to be careful as an artist. You got to take responsibility,
Sure.
and that's why I don't even like calling for the circle pit or you know or whatever.
Call for a wall of fun. A wall of fun.
By the way, I wanted to bring this up. We're gonna make a Wall of Fun shirt. I want to do Jim's merch. Like I told him on my podcast, he should have like Good Natured with Jim Norton. Like all his fake shows that he makes up. You have
Yeah.
so much good stuff that you don't even write down. I mean, if you don't want to do it,
It'd
just
be great on a shirt.
and give it to Patrice's charity or whatever.
Or keep it.
How about Jimbo gets a few bucks in his back pocket?
Wouldn't you like that? Good Natured Prank
Something,
with
right.
Jim Norton.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the good-natured price. Just good-natured
But there you go, Wall of Fun, and it's like Jim in the middle of the crowd with the.
Everybody comes and they just tell a joke as they run by. You know, something from good-natured. Nice shirt.
Also, I want to pay a listener. I want to pay for a listener to get do it for the chip tattoo. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Someone
who gets that in
they'll do
script.
that in a second. No
Fuck
problem.
yeah. Do it for free.
Have Jimmy write that on your arm at a show and then tattoo it.
I told you a guy had an Uncle Paul tattoo in Rochester. Were you there? The guy had
I think I remember seeing an Uncle Paul.
an
Yes.
Uncle Paul tattoo, and it's me with the mustache. It's a really good work that he had on his arm or whatever, but it was odd to see your face on somebody else's arm.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I have a girl that just posted on my Facebook a portrait that she got of me on like her entire arm, and above it's somebody else. I don't know who, but it looks like
That's the difference between music and that's the difference between music and comedy. He gets a hot girl, and I get a fucking guy who puts my molester character.
Pull it up on my Facebook.
That is it. Hey, did you guys ever get spit on? Like Anthrax said that they. What do they call that when they over in England, the punk bands they would do something. It's called doing something to you.
He said no. I asked him that earlier. You don't do that to you guys.
Oh, you did ask. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Off air?
No, on air when he first came in.
Oh, okay.
No, the only time we ever had
what the fuck?
That's a picture I posted of Jim.
What is that?
Just a hot picture of me.
Yeah,
doing
that's
some fucking.
awesome.
Can I see that?
I think if you go down, it's the girl with the tattoo is on there. But no, the only time we ever had a tough time with
what the fuck is that?
It's me making love to someone.
Get his fuck on.
Getting my fucking prick on.
It's obviously a stripper bent all the way over, and Jimmy is. I think it's Chip behind her,
giving it to her.
Wow.
But I think the toughest crowd that we ever had to play to was probably either we opened for Iggy Pop in France, and but they came around. Like maybe it's the first two songs they kind of gave us like a weird look, but everybody started rocking out. We try to win over everybody. I think no risk, no reward. Like if you're in a band, you should play any gig you can get, and you should try your best to win it over. I hate when bands come out and they're like mad that the crowd's not into them. You're there to entertain them.
Then try something different, right?
You know,
try the Wall of Death.
Yeah,
that was horrifying. I'm getting old.
Is it?
No, I'd scare at anyone.
Nah, nobody likes the Wall of Death.
Nobody. It looked, thousands of kids seem to be enjoying the hell out of it, Bobby.
Nobody with the fucking brains.
Oh, you
Who
know
the
what?
fuck
Maybe
wants
it's
to do
in the
that?
comments or something.
What's it called?
I don't like front row general seating. I get scared at that. I left the Van Halen
You really
concert.
don't like crowds.
I had front row. I had Eddie Van Halen 3 feet away from me, playing guitar with a cigarette in the fucking neck, looking down at me, smiling, and I was so scared because I was getting pushed
forward a little bit.
There was general admission, so everybody was just pushing. I left because I got scared. I was going to get killed.
Brought back those stepfather memories. You know, you face him one way, you feel pressure from the back. No, all right. Now. What is it called when they spit on you? They're not doing it out of being angry. They're doing it because they like you.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That's in Germany, right?
Well, a lot of those places, yeah, or Europe.
Yeah,
happens to a lot of punk bands.
There's a famous story about Social Distortion. He wouldn't go out, right? Mike Ness was like, "Fuck that! I'm not going out. I'm not getting spit on."
It smells like bad breath.
There was a place where they would do confetti too. Like you come out, and they just throw a handful of confetti in your face the whole time while you're trying to play, but it would get in the fretboard and stuff. And
what's it called?
You know, maybe it's on the Hatebreed Facebook, but the girl's really cute actually too. But
it's Hatebreed on Facebook.
Yeah. There's a couple. Actually, there's a couple different girls that have crazy Hatebreed tattoos. But
fuck was that?
Bobby,
that
you
was
made the Hatebreed
yeah,
Facebook page.
We posted that. I was coming on with you.
When?
Oh, today? He's on today.
This
Right now.
morning.
He's on now.
He's on. He's funny, Bobby.
I thought he was going to come on my show. You should come on my show.
I will, yeah, and I want to give you the song. Oh, I got to plug that song real quick if I could. It's jastahq.bandcamp.com. And this site, Bandcamp, it looks really cool. I'm sure you could probably put your comedy specials up there, the audio of the comedy specials, and sell it for $5, and you get the majority of the money.
Then rip off the artists. That's good to hear.
Yeah, no, I started looking at it, like I signed in the PayPal, and I saw like all the people buying the song. It's a pretty cool site.
What was that thing with Fedor I just saw? You doing some fan fest thing?
Oh, the Fan Fest. I was helping Bellator promote that because they got Tito on my podcast.
You already passed this out. I thought maybe you did something with those right there.
Yeah, no, I had
Is
Tito.
that a Gracie? Yeah, fucking.
I tried to get Hoyce on the podcast, but I ended up getting Tito, which was great.
We had Fedor with his Russian pals. Holy fuck!
Did you had a translator?
Yeah.
Because I heard his English is really good.
We made sure
I
made sure that she translated it properly because we didn't want to lose our teeth.
I know, right? He's scary.
He was intense, and his people were intense. All wearing, I think, Russian Olympic jackets or something.
Yeah,
remember that, Jimmy?
Yeah.
They were intense, man.
I found him to be comfortable to be around.
He was cool.
Very soft.
As soon as I found out he liked to draw Mickey Mouse and Woody Woodpecker, I was fine.
He does.
Yeah, he's an artist, and they brought up if you bring up Fedor's art,
we talked about it.
Yeah, they showed his artwork. He likes
His
to draw.
brother's scary too. You ever watch his brother's fights?
Yes, his brother's crazy.
His brother's crazy.
Yeah, man.
But it's so funny that how MMA has evolved so fast, so much. that he's not even relevant in fucking MMA anymore.
There's a lot of guys that would really beat him up.
His
at this
brother
point.
or Fedor?
Fedor.
Yeah, but the Fedor was too old. I mean, he was too old when everything hit, Bobby.
But also,
he was
like-
at the end of his run. That's the problem.
And you could be like 280, 300 or more when he was fighting guys that were huge.
He was fighting big guys, but I think guys are well-rounded now.
Also, he was fighting guys that were juiced out of their minds.
Remember when he fought the Korean, 7-foot Korean?
Hong Man Choi.
Yeah, and he
Was that-
fell on top of him.
And armbarred him.
And he
or ankle.
still armbarred him?
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy.
But those guys were not this level of fighters that fucking Cain Velasquez is.
No, they weren't. They were good in one form of the art. Now they're just so good all around.
Judo. He would have done better too if he was just younger.
Yeah.
When the UFC really started taking off.
But the power, I mean, his build never really like show. You know, he wasn't really a super muscular guy, but he's so jacked, like, and powerful.
He would fuck you up.
Oh my god! Even like little punches, like when he knocked Arlovsky out, it doesn't even look like that, like hard of a punch, but it goes right down.
Arlovsky was like coming into it, and he punched him at the same time. It was crazy.
Bellator has a crazy fight coming up in June: Kimbo versus
Shamrock.
Yeah.
Wow. That's going to end quick.
If it happens, do you think it'll happen?
I think, yeah, it's going to happen, and I think Kimbo will beat him.
I just
knock him out.
I love Shamrock's attitude. Like, people are like downing him because he's 51 and he's going to fight. He's like, look, I don't want to go fishing. I don't want to go to the beach. I like to fight. There you go. Like, you can't knock him for that.
Beautiful.
It's when you watch Ken's earlier fights, how shredded he was compared to everybody else. He was fucking great. Pancrase. He was fighting Boss Rutan and all those motherfuckers. Boss was a motherfucker too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. That's a crazy lineup right there. Tito,
where is it?
Hoist.
Yeah, that was last
Fedor
month.
and Ken.
Right? Yeah, it was last month up in Connecticut. They do great fights at the Mohegan Sun, and they're coming back. I think Bellator's got a lot of stuff lined up. Their fights are fun to go to.
Nice. Well, Jamie, this was a pleasure, man. You got to come back and see us.
Thank you so
we broke
much.
the ice, as they say.
I appreciate you guys
Come back
having me
and
on.
hang
It means
some
a
more.
lot to me.
Hatebreed on Facebook, Jamey Jasta on Twitter. Any gigs you